وصحبه ومن. Today is the 21st of Safar 1441 and it's the 20th of October 2019 and we are still in the transactions. We are going through the transactions or the things which are not permissible to be sold. The last thing that we talked about was the dog. I would like to finish those things and then we'll go back to add things which are not in the book. So the dogs that we said are not allowed to be sold except for those dogs that have benefit, like for example the hunting dog, like for example the shepherd dog, like for example the guard dog, the police dog, the blind dog, the police dog, and all of these dogs has to be, they are allowed to be sold and purchased. And the only dog that which we haven't talked about was the dog which is the black one. Prophet ﷺ, he said, اقتلوا الأسود البهيم. Kill the one who is black, completely black, with two spots on his eyes, on top of his eyes. The scholars differed regarding killing the dogs. For verily, some of them they said that the dogs were to be killed at the beginning, and the Prophet ﷺ had abrogated that by saying, مَا بَارُ النَّاسِ وَالْكِلَابِ. Why the people are really after the dogs? For verily, if there were dogs that to be, hadn't been the dogs on one nation, like an ummah, like the cats, a nation, like a species. Had it been that they are a species, I would have commanded for the dog to be killed. So that was abrogation for the killing of the dog. Some of the scholars said no. The dogs which can be killed, which is consensus, that is the harmful dog. 5 things to be killed, one of them, al-kalb al-aqur. Any harmful dog that bites the people, or it has to be put down. I'm going to just ask for that to be off, because I'm really hot. I don't like the heat. Put me the AC, but I don't put me heater. So I'm taking off my heat. I need no fan. I need the heat. I sent to you. Anybody who doesn't like the heat, they have fan, can just keep away from. I'm a person that don't like the heat too. It's not on me, actually. Can you just put that on me? This is on. I've got transistor in me that switches off straight away when the heat comes in. Start sweating on the inside. It's not coming on this. Can I just ask for the table to be pushed? Is that a lock out? So I could get this one too. Just push this table away from me, please. Dogs that to be killed are the harmful one. One of the 5 things that the Prophet ﷺ commanded for to be killed is the kalb al-aqur, the dog which is harmful, that bites people, to be put down. Even in this country they put it down. If it bites somebody, they put the dog sometimes down, but they do. The other dog which is, the scholars have differed regarding it, which is the black dog. The black dog that is completely black. There's not any white in it, except for the 2 spots on top of his eyes. Now that dog, Prophet ﷺ, he said to be killed not as a compulsory. I mean, if you saw a black dog and you did not kill it, you'd be sinned. Okay, it is not true. Okay, and especially if you are in a country where killing dogs is, regardless which dog you're talking about, is to be a crime. Actually, to kill a person, maybe it's less chargeable than killing a dog. Okay, so killing a dog is really a very serious crime. So if we say here that if you are in such a place, then you're not allowed to kill the dogs because there are laws. Okay, so if you are in a Muslim or a country where they allow killing the black dogs, if you killed it, okay. If you haven't killed it, there's no harmful to it, no harm, there's no sin upon it. Okay, but the black dog is shaitan. If you told the police you killed a black dog, they said it's a shaitan. So what? They might put you into suction, and put you into the loony hospitals. What is he talking about? And then if they find it's like sort of Islamist background, terrorism, dog terrorism. Imagine dog terrorism. Right. The black dog is not to be taken as any dog which it can benefit from. You can't take a police dog, black dogs. You cannot take a blind dog as a black dog. You cannot make a hunting dog to be a black dog. You cannot be taking a shepherd dog as a black dog. You cannot take a guard dog as a black dog. Black dog is to be avoided totally. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said that the woman and the black dog and the donkey, the three things, if they cross between somebody, whether it's a male or a female, when he prays, between him and his position of his sutra, and if there's no sutra, then his prayer is invalid. So if he's a woman, which is an adult, not a child, or a donkey, or a black dog, passes between a person, whether it's a male or a female, while he's praying, between him and his place of his sutra, that prayer is invalid. It's started from the beginning. Because the Prophet ﷺ, he said, إذا لم يكن بين يدي أحدكم مثل مؤخرة الرحل يقطع الصلاة الحمار والمرأة والكلب الأسود. They said, Prophet of Allah, what is black dog from the red, from the green? They asked Abu Dhar. Abu Dhar, he asked the Prophet, what is the black dog? Messenger of Allah said, the black dog is shaitan. He is shaitan. Right, so the shaitan manifests himself into a black dog. So if you've seen as well black dogs in your dreams, there's trouble here. You see shayateen. So black dogs. Right. If a person took a sutra, it doesn't work. So he doesn't have to worry. If he took a sutra, he doesn't have to worry about anything. But if he did not take a sutra, and that one of those three had passed between him and his place of prostration, then he will invalidate his prayer. Now coming to the fourth one, which is التصاوير التي فيها روح. Now,
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Things which are prohibited to sell and buy. Point number 4, pictures or statues containing creatures with souls. Pages 466. Suhaib ibn Abi al-Hasan said, I was with Ibn Abbas when a man came and said, "O Ibn Abbas, I earn my living from what I make with my hands. I make these pictures." Ibn Abbas said, I will only tell you what I heard from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I heard him say, whoever makes a picture will be punished by Allah until he blows a soul into it, and he will never be able to blow a soul into it. The man sighed and his face turned pale. Ibn Abbas said, what a pity. If you insist on doing such work, then make things like this tree. That is everything that does not contain a soul.
Right. So the things which are not allowed to be sold, images that contain ruh. Ruh means a soul. And the soul, yeah, it means the animals or the human being. So you could make a tree, make a house, and sell it. Whether it's 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional. Do you understand what is 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional? 3-dimensional is the statues. Now it's 4 dimensions. Okay, 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional, or is that a picture that you just drew? Okay, so if it contains a human being or an animal, then it's not allowed to be sold. So you're going to ask me, what about this image does not show the figures? So I'm just drawing a ball on top of a body, and that ball doesn't have eyes or nose or mouth. We say it's allowed. So what is not allowed? Because the hadith says any person who makes an image, he will be asked to blow into it soul, and he will not be able on the day of resurrection. So that image that you have created is not the image which is the image that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created. You just drew a ball and with a body. So what about, I'm going to go further than that, what about if I just put eyes? Okay. I did not put the nose or the mouth. Okay, is that allowed? Or I make it and I made a picture or photo from the back, or I showed the back of his, not the face of his. Am I allowed? Because of the hadith, the Prophet said, as-suratul ras. The image is the face, the head. Then the scholars have differed. Correctly, it is allowed. The only thing which is not allowed is when the image starts to, if you blow into it, you make a soul into it, it will live. But if you put a soul into a face with got no eyes, it can't live because it has got no nose to breathe or mouth to breathe. You understand that? So, and that is as well goes to your comics. use. I'm not saying that the comics is good to use, but are they allowed to be used? You know the comics you use in the for WhatsApps and what do you call these? Emoji, call emojis, yeah? Yeah, some of them are, of course, they're naked ladies and all of that, it's not allowed. I'm talking about the faces, which has got just eyes, or got a tongue moving, or, okay, it's got eyebrows like this, okay? I wouldn't really support for them to use them, but you're asking me halal or haram, right? One of the shuyukh is in a scholar. He sends me messages, and sometimes he sends me these, okay, these things. For example, when there's a smiling thing, he sent me an eye. You know the eye which has got like just two eyes. Yeah, that means it's like it makes you smile. That means what I've sent him, it made him laugh or smile. If you understand. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Sure. Right. Images, even there are images which has no soul into it, like you're drawing a picture of a house, but there is israf into it, they're not allowed to be sold. Like, I was here, can't remember which year it was, but 1987, 88, there was a picture drawn by somebody, and I thought it was maybe a kid. He just took the painting, threw it in there, on that frame, and it just came like this. And it was Kiss 2, the name of that picture. Kiss 2. There is maybe another one being sold before Kiss 1. Kiss 2. Nothing in it, it's just. And these people, they sold it for £2 million. That £2 million at that time, it's about maybe £20 million in these days. I was looking at it, no, you can't see deep into it. What? What is deep into it? I can't find it. What is the logic of paying £2 million for a frame that contains something that you have to look into it? So some of the analysts who came on TV, on BBC, to analyze this image, some of them said, this is somebody who's got so much money, he doesn't know where to put it. I said, thank you very much, Allah, you are right. He has so much money, he doesn't know where to put it. That's why he bought that image of Kiss 2. YouTube it, Kiss 2, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, they made fun of these people who buy these things. They said, you have to look into it, and you can't see what is in behind. They brought so many pictures into an exposition, and they were sold for a lot of money. 100,000 each, 55, 100,000, $500,000. It was like an auction. After they bought everything, who's the artist? Guess. They showed it in the video, and they were laughing their head off. An elephant. They gave him, yes, the painting brush, and he was. That's it. Put a picture and give a name to it, and it will be sold for millions, hundreds of thousands. People, that I said, they don't know what to put their money. So israf, extravagance, is not allowed in this. Number 5.
Number 5, dates before they become ripe. Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam forbade the sale of dates until their ripeness had become apparent, and the sale of date palms before their ripeness was clear. He was asked, what is its ripeness? He replied, when they become red or yellow.
Red and yellow, it could be green, could be kiwi, it could be anything, but it means that the color, the final color that you want, which is consumable, that it is okay, then you start to buy and sell. Because if you sold it before that, the person he thinks is going to be ripened, and it will not. Okay? So it means, now the bananas, you can ask me about them. No, you buy them green sometimes. I buy them green. Because I want to store them for more than 3-4 days. If we buy them yellow, one day and they're finished. Okay? Alright, but some of those which are when they're bought before they are ripened, the outcome later on is not known. So we call it gharar. The risk is high. Whereas the banana, there is no risk. You buy the bananas green, they turn nice and ripened later on. So there's no risk. So there is a risk, like in the dates, then go ahead.
He also narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade the sale of fruits until they ripened. He He was asked, what is its ripeness? He said, until they become red. The Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, don't you see that if Allah keeps the fruits from ripening, how will you take the money from your brother?
So basically, the Prophet of Allah forbade something that you take the money of your brother for no benefit. So if one of these items is to be sold before it's been ripened, and later on that this thing will not get ripened, it's haram. And there are some items, when you buy them, they pick them up unripened and they will never ripen. So you bought them for nothing. You just throw them in the bin. They haven't got the sweetness in it, and they are bitter. Right, going to the following one, which is number 6.
Number 6, crops before grains become husked. Ibn Umar narrated that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ forbade the sale of date palms until they ripened and the ears of corn until they were white and free from diseases. He forbade that for both the buyer and the seller.
Meaning, you have to sell the item after the risk is finished. Some of the items, like for example, he says a sumbul, which is the wheat, that you call wheat, that? The wheat, you said? I'm asking.
Oh, sorry.
Can you just focus on
date
this?
palms.
You said the wheats.
Husk.
Yeah, the wheat, yeah? The wheat. Just focus with me, don't run away from me. The wheat, until it becomes white and what is secured?
Free from diseases.
Okay, because there's a time where the farmers, they know. It gets the worms, basically. Something that would attack it. So it has to be after that time. Before that, if you sell it, it might be attacked and you get nothing. So you want to sell it where it is more likely you will get something, not get nothing out of it. So it's after it had passed the risk time or the risk stage. Right, we finished here. The 6, now we're going to go and add number of things. So we go back now to the transactions which are not permissible. You remember? We said number 1, bay'ul gharar. Number 2, we had to sell what you don't have. Yes? Number 3, to sell something before you take it. Number 4, to sell against the selling of your brother. Number 5, the selling of the ina. Yes? Okay? And then number 6, the last one, selling something and making an extra money because of postponing, which is installment. Yes? That's the last one. So we're going to add to that now number the following. Number 7. Bay'ul mu'awama. Selling of al-mu'awama. Mu'awama is from the word am. Am means a year. Prophet ﷺ, he forbade the mu'awama. And the mu'awama is to sell in years. Like I'm selling you the product of my farm, which is after 2 years. So he's selling something before it's been created. Do you understand? I'm selling you, okay? So the outcome or the harvest of my land, well, not this year, the following year. So you don't know if you're going to get even anything. So usually this is the case where this guy will pay less because he doesn't know. He pays less. If he gets a lot, he's a winner. And if he gets nothing, he's a what? He's a loser. It's a risk. So either that it will be a very good season, there will be rain and so on and so forth the following 3 years' time. And mashallah, he'll get a lot for the sake of nothing. He paid peanuts. Or he'll pay the peanuts, but he'll get nothing. Because there is no rain, or some animals came and took it, or earthquake destroyed it. So that's a risk. That's called gambling. Okay? And this is consensus of all the scholars. That is, to sell the fruits of a harvest after years is not permissible. Number 8. Salafun wa bay'a. Please focus. Salafun wa bay'a. That is, Prophet ﷺ said it is not permissible to have a salaf, loan, and at the same time selling. What does that mean? Scholars, they said that a person, he would say to somebody, I will sell you such and such for such and such. I will sell you an item for such and such price, which is a very good price, but with the condition that you lend me some money, 1,000 dinar, 1,000 pounds. So this person is, for example, has got laptops, selling laptop, but he's neither one cash. This laptop in the market cost, let's say 10,000. And he bought it maybe for 9,000. And he's selling it for 8,000. I said, I will sell you this laptop for 8,000 as long as you lend me what? 20,000, 10,000, whatever money. You lend me, I'll give you the money back. But because if you have it looks like a prize, thank you very much, I will tell you this is not allowed. Why? Because this is a loan which had made a profit. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, الربا is a riba. الربا قرض جر منفعة. It's a loan that would indicate منفعة benefit. So if you got a benefit, if you had a benefit, you called.
That's all right. I'm on the other side.
I think my mommy did something wrong with it, so if I feel hot, I'll just shift you. Did you have a shower just now? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's a wudu or something. Yeah, the wudu makes you cold as well. Right, never mind. Jazakallah khair, I'm sorry about that. So any person who had given a loan to somebody, you have to be careful. Because sometimes, you know, that you give a loan to somebody, that person starts sending you gifts which you've never done before that. Those gifts are to be riba. Unless he had that person giving you the full loan back, and then he will give you gifts. Not while the loan is there. Because those gifts have never been happening before. So it's just like saying, please, thank you very much, and please wait for me until I pay back. So is he paying extra on top of the loan? That's what it is. I've given somebody a loan, or they came to me and they wanted to buy land and please give us and I gave them, not through me, I didn't have the money, through somebody else in my country. £300, which is a lot of money at that time, in that country, very lot of money. So I was interceding for somebody and he said, okay, I'll give him £300 from your pocket if they didn't pay back. Okay, I'll guarantee that. These guys started coming to my bookshop. Following week, they brought me a box of grapes. I said, excuse me, what is this for? And it's just, we've got lots of grapes in our farm and I've never had grapes before. They said, no, it's not for the money. I said, well, I don't know how I'm going to take that grapes. I took it, but in the fatwa of that it is because I'm not giving the loan. Somebody else gave the loan. They gave it to me because I anteceded. Okay? But I said to them, be careful. Giving something like this to the person who's giving the loan while the loan hasn't been paid back, that's riba. Because this is a benefit, an interest, and it's taken on top of his money. After you have paid your money, yeah, let's see the boxes of grapes then. If there will be any boxes of grapes after that. They'll be gone. طيب, this is the first, which was number bay'a. What is bay'a? Bay'a salaf. Salaf wa bay'a. The ninth one, which is prohibited transaction, that is to sell food, regardless of the type of the food, until there will be the measuring from both. That means that it has to be measured. So when the person gave it to you, he measured it how much he gave you, and you yourself measured it how much it is. Prophet ﷺ, he forbade from selling the food until the two sa'as, the sa' of the seller and the sa' of the buyer, goes to see how much. That means what is the quantity, what is the weight, for example. So if that weight or the weighing took place in front of both, no problem. Like it happened these days, they put the weight in top on the scale where everybody can see the buyer and the seller. But if the seller had weighed it for you, okay, so you weigh it as well. So this comes into the packed food. Do you understand that packed food? All right. So if it is, those items that I'm not talking about the half a kilo, I'm talking about lots of quantity. So they say, for example, this is 100 kilos. And it's got 100 kilos. You as well weigh it. Why? Because it's not going to be 100 kilos. It could be a fault. All right? And it's not correct after you tore off the black and then you used it and you said, hang on a second, it consumed it in no time, that means there's something wrong with it. It can't be the same quantity. Alright? So it is better for you. Same thing when you are going to fill up your petrol from a petrol station where there is somebody to serve you. Not in this country. In our country, there's, the person will come out. There's no way for you to use your own nozzle yourself and self-help. There's no self-service. In this country, when I came in the beginning, there were lots of people serving you. You know that. They'd come and they put diesel into your car. A long time ago, my time. When I came here.
Still do it in our country. We're very dodgy.
No, I'm not talking about your dodgy country. I'm talking about this country. When I came here in 1981, it was the case. There was lots of petrol stations. There's very few self-service. Very few. And the price was not in litres. The price was a gallon. Which the gallon disappeared now. It was the price of the gallon. I remember when I was here, it was 77 pence for 75 pence for a gallon, 5 litres. For a gallon at that time. And then the gallon went up and up and up. And there was lots of petrol stations, especially in the north. In Scotland, all petrol stations, the mayor will come out, he will not let you to do it and you will run away, for example. So he said to do it himself. So anyway, when he does it, you as well watch. Like he said, it's a dodgy. And it happens, the dodgies. One of my friends, Sheikh, he said, I've been conned. So I went to the petrol station. This guy is filling up for me. I said to him, fill up for me for 10 dinars. So he wanted to 10 dinars, 10 pounds. It's a lot of money, 10 dinars. He fills up maybe all the tank, most of the tank. So he put the 10 dinars and he was talking to somebody. So what he did, this guy, he pulled off the nozzle, and straight away resetted the meter. So he doesn't know how much he put. He said, 10 dinars. So he paid him 10 dinars, but he was not comfortable. And he resetted the meter because there's another car coming, he wanted to refill it. So when he went in the car, he knows his car. 10 dinars will give him such and such miles. In no miles, and as well, the gauge, it was not really good. He said, are you sure that you filled up 10 dinars? If there was CCTV camera, I'm pretty sure there was not 10 dinars there. So he maybe pulled in, filled in for 9 or 8 dinars. He took 2 dinars in his pocket. That's why the Prophet ﷺ, especially for the food, that you see the gauge, you see how much is it weight and all of that. So that's the Prophet ﷺ. He wants people not to have a dispute. That's the whole issue. Number 10, selling an animal for an animal. So I'm giving you a cat and you're giving me a rabbit. And the cat is not allowed to be sold. We're going to see that in short. I'm giving you, for example, a dog for hunting and you're giving me a rabbit. No problem to have more than rabbit for one dog. You could give me 50 rabbits for your shepherd man dog, for example. What? Shepherd, what do you call shepherd? German shepherd. Okay, I'm giving you 100 rabbits. No problem. But what is not allowed? Okay, you give me your shepherd German dog, and I'll give you the 100 rabbits in about a day or in 2 hours. That's not allowed. Why? Because some otherwise might die.
But they might multiply.
They multiply, whatever. You see, it has to be, that is, the animals, tit for tat, hand by hand. It doesn't matter in terms of quantity wise. You could buy 5 rabbits for 1 chicken, no problem. Okay? But as long as what? But I can't say, give me the 5 rabbits and I'll give you the chicken, in about half an hour or in one day. No, that's not allowed. And that's the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. He had forbidden, that is, to sell an animal for an animal, nasi'a. Nasi'a means installments. So in time, after a time I'll hand you. But in terms of quantity wise, tafadul, no problem to give 1 chicken for 5 rabbits as long as it's one go. I give you the 5 chicken. Okay? But don't no delay. Number 11, an impermissible transaction is to sell the rotab, what do you call the rotab? Fresh dates with the dry dates. It's not allowed. So I can't give you, for example, 5 kilos of fresh dates. He gave me 5 kilos of the same dates but dry. Why? Because when the fresh goes dry, they go less in weight. Do you understand that? When the 5 fresh dates, they go dry, they lose the moist into them, and they get less in weight, which was not allowed. Also from the transaction, this is number 12, which is not allowed. That is, you sell some of the crops for the sake of the food and with something which is measured. Like I've given you 5 kilos of rice for the sake of that you're selling me the results of this harvest. You give me, for example, an acre land of wheat, and I'm giving you 5 kilos of rice instead of it, or 5 kilos of whatever. Because you're selling something which is known to something which is not known. We don't know what is the crops is going to be coming out of that land. Is it going to be? We don't know. There's gharar here, so it could be a winner or a loser. Number 13, which is not allowed, talaqqi al-rukban, which is, this is happened at the time of the Prophet and could be seen in the areas where there's Bedouin people who are not in touch with technology, where they don't know the price of the market. These days, I mean, with the flick of a button, I know the prices everywhere. So there's an item there, even though you could scan it in, and it's called Price Spy. You know, Price Spy give you the prices of everywhere. In Tesco, how much it is, you know, so I don't know. So there's no such thing called Bedouin people now, and nomadics, you know, and people who are in the city. Everybody, mashallah, knowing the prices even more than the shopkeeper himself. Okay, he will tell him, you know, brother, it's on eBay such and such. So maybe in our countries there are still people there when they come, like the farmers or the Bedouin people, they're out of touch with the city. They don't know how much is the price. So they come, let's say, for example, to the market on Jumu'ah. That's where the day is, Jumu'ah day. They come together to sell the sheep. Okay? We were not allowed to go and meet them. And we know where we're coming from. So we meet them on the way before they what? Come to the market and start to buy from them. If we bought from them, we are sinners. Not only that, in Islam we said if this guy came to the market and he found out that the price was really much better than the price that this guy, you know, got him on the way, he has the right to raise this matter to the judge, and this transaction will be invalidated, and his sheep will come back to him, and he'll get nothing for it. Okay? So, talaqqi al-rukban. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had said that do not meet the people on the way until this good comes to the market. And if this happened, then the person is entitled to nullify this sale. Nullify the sale, but just call it off. I want my goods back, and you take your money. The 14th one, and this is the last one, that is, it is not allowed bay'ul hadiri lil-badi, which means that the Bedouin person brings his item, and this person who lives in the city says, don't sell it